Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we do have the trial Brutus. For some reason, in the way I've got this, the width of the instance, his face is definitely covered by the writing, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We do have the test Brutus over on my free-to-play account. He's at 30 signature item. He's got the 9 furniture. He's got the 60 engravings. We have essentially everything. The only thing we are missing is going to be the artifacts that we can't equip. But we can have a test. So I've played with him for about an hour or so and messed around. I thought he was going to be savage. It could, like, this is still like first test. It's like first hour of testing him. So I could be wrong. But I'm not feeling it, if that makes sense. Like when I read his skills, I'm like, okay, on paper, this sounds awesome. In my first tests, not so much, but as always, we'll test it on Chiasma with a bunch of other stuff because the same thing happened with Kayleen or Kaylin, or however you say her name. That's going to haunt me for the rest of my life. But with her, on my free-to-play account, like I just couldn't get her to work, couldn't find anything I was happy with. On Chiasma, it was better. Yes, Chiasma has all the engravings, all that stuff. But hey, this guy's pretty well beefed out here. But, you know, let's see what happens on Chiasma. So I want to jump in, show you some things I was playing with. Like I said, I haven't tested everything. I don't have every hero available. We're limited on what we can do. So, you know, we were testing things. I even got to the stage where I'm like, okay, let's just bloody make this guy work with an owner so that we can accomplish something. And also, when I do this stuff, I also try not to use, like, you know, just the complete meta units. Like, I only like to have, like, one meta unit in the team when I'm doing it. I know Kren is somewhat meta, but, you know, like, in this one, it was Olna. Like, she's, like, the one. Like, I try and test these units so that I'm not just subbing them into an already OP team, and away you go. Now, the thing that I found with this Brutus, being that he does have the, you know, the max engravings and everything, he does get to proc his passive twice. However, I find that he's proccing his shield without even losing any health, meaning he's just getting one shot by everything. So I think he's going to be more of a back row unit than a front row unit. That's something I've had in my mind. So I'm definitely going to try stuff. Like, I'd love to test him with like a Screg in a sort of invade team, you know, like Screg Zafrael and stuff like that. See if we can get something like that to work. Maybe even like an invade team with the chicken to group them up so that when he uses his ult does more. But I don't have the pieces that I need to try that stuff. But I just think as a front row unit, he's not going to fill that role, and it's hard to get out of the habit of putting a Brutus in the front row. Just purely because that passive, it's like he gets one shot, the passive gives him the shield, and then it's like instantly 2 seconds, and then it procs again 2 seconds. So it feels like when you're trying to use him, it's like a worse version of the actual Brutus when you're trying to use him in the front row as like a tank, which I know he's a warrior, he's not meant to be a tank, but I thought with the passives, the defense increase in the shields, he would be able to, but I think he really will end up needing to go in the back row. But like I said, I don't have all the units that I would love to have to test it out. So, you know, there's a fair bit going on with the Brutus. Let's just have a look. I was struggling to get anything to work. We're just trying a few different teams. And like I said, so my thought with the Ulna was like that he would have a nice little gap. Unfortunately, the Kren died here. I had done much better than that. You can see he uses his ult, does the 15% damage. You can see he still dies pretty quick even after having the Ulna. We'll just remove the Ulna. Now I'm just going to do something stupid here. And we'll just have a look. We'll put it on 1x speed. You can see Brutus instantly procced. I don't know if that's his proc shield. No, it's not. So yeah, it was because he was immune there after the shield broke. And you can see he's immune again at this point, and then it breaks and he dies. So it's... And I could be seeing this wrong. Once again, I'm just doing this. Don't ignore the team. I'm just doing this to look at Brutus. So it looks like that first hit proc that shield, then it's gone, and you'll see the red thing come on his head with the... I didn't even see it. Didn't even see it. Let's go again. Dude, I just want to see it. Okay, so I think that symbol was that shield happening. So now you can see that he's immune. He's going to ult here. He should get another shield. If I can't even see it. But you can see that he doesn't actually live for very long. If we go try again, we'll look at the actual clock this time for the Bruce. Like, he's living longer than the rest of the team. It's a horrible team. Ignore that. But what are we at? We're at 24, 23, 22, 21 seconds. 21 seconds. Now, the other Brutus does survive for, what is it, 9 seconds? Okay, yeah, there it is. So it's 8 seconds seconds for like, you know, an elite copy. And then once you get the signature item to 20, it goes up by 1 second. So it goes up to 9 seconds. So that's the normal Brutus. So I don't think I'm willing to, you know, summon for a copy of this Brutus to test him at 1 copy. I just think it's going to be completely lackluster and pointless, especially considering the fact that you don't even get the 6-second stun. So like that Pharrell, because we have the engravings and the furniture, I can't remember which one actually makes it punt them back further. I can't remember. But due to that fact, like if that 6-second stun was at base, like maybe, but it's at base, that's only a 2-second stun. And at base, he's only got 1 little survival. So I think it rules out the idea of placing him as a tank. I think he's going to have to play in this sort of, you know, role as like a back row DPS, because essentially he's the DPS, but he's got that survivability factor. I don't know if he's going to be a campaign unit. I think he might have to refrain to be more of a PvP unit, kind of like Thane. I mean, Thane can do amazing things in campaign as well, don't get me wrong. But, you know, Thane's a much more PvP unit. I think that's where Brutus is going to fall. So, you know, let's try and make a little team here. I just want to test him in the back row. Basically, I just want to give him time to ramp up because he scales, gets the defense, and see if he can like carry at the end. So like, what do I want to do? We could do like a more control based team, like ignore maulers altogether, and just do it like I said, because I really want to try him with Screg and stuff like that, which we will test over on Chiasma. I just don't have the pieces that I want. You know, I'm very limited on what I can do. Now, depending on how quickly can he ult? Yes, I'm super original. Leave me alone. I'm going to try 5 pull. We'll leave Queen out. So let's try this. Let's try something like this. Yeah, it should be fine. So let's go ahead. Let's do a cheeky 5 pull just for old time's sake. You know, I haven't done one of these in a while, so it only makes sense. What if we do like a Lawson for this one? But then we lose the CC, so he doesn't offer the stuff that we need to the team. Like we're relying on him being that beefy damage dealer. Well, what if we do this? What if we do this? That and screw. Let's just do Leica, or we could drop you and bring a Gorvo. Let's bring the Leica because you know Leica's always handy for some haste if we can find her. Where is she? There she is. All right. Actually, I think I can just click on her and it takes her out, but you know. My bad. All right, let's see. This ain't gonna work. Don't worry, guys. This is not gonna work. Okay, we didn't even get the jump. But hey, look at that. Brutus survived a little bit. I mean, he survived a little bit. Didn't he, guys? Didn't he? See? Did you see that? See that? He survived. So the problem there was Mishka died instantly. Let's go with the Gorvo. Even my Gorvo sucks. Like, I think he's only on like the... Yeah. Wait, let's equip gear. Wait, do I have to deactivate and then activate? Yeah, there we go. Let's just get like maybe the waistband. Bit of survival. Yeah, this is gonna go horribly. This is definitely not going well. Maybe we can put him front row. Then maybe keep the chicken alive a bit. Then do we put the queen in? Man, I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Shit. Like, I want to see if he can deal damage is basically what I'm trying to do. But I don't think he can in campaign. Oh, we died before we had the chance. Look at that. Euron, what a boss. See, look at the Euron. Look at the Euron. Tanky as hell. Brutus got nothing. Honestly, I'm at a loss. Like I said, I played for about an hour. I tried him in a bunch of different things. I was really trying to use the maulers that I had. And let's face it, my stuff is not optimized for this. But I could see him being a decent counter to certain things. I wonder if, okay, let's test this. I wonder if, so I feel like maybe having that one copy, because like, let's face it, most people aren't going to get him ascended. That's not, or, but maybe like, can he outpace a Gorvo? Like, I'm literally just going to leave it like this, but can he outpace a Gorvo and stun the Gorvo before the Gorvo jumps? That's curious. Yes, he can. So that's like, I feel like he will have like some tech uses in certain teams where like you can counter specific stuff because of how quick. It's kind of like the Namora. Now, honestly, Namora is way better than this, but you have to have it in Iron Furniture. But maybe one copy of Brutus, even though it's only a 2-second stun because it won't knock them to the back of the field, maybe that will be enough to take him into certain teams to help you out. But I think it's going to be very niche. As for the actual testing of him, I feel like I need to test this on Chiasma, get some maxed out teams. Because on paper, I thought, like, I just went, wow. Like, normally I'm conservative in saying I think something will be good. But I was like, wow, this just looks sick. Like, we got some, 15% max HP. But obviously it's capped, so it's never going to get that much, I guess, at higher deficits, maybe. You've got this as well, which is actually a decent multiplier, and he's got stacking defense. He's got the punt. He's got the invulnerability. And he's got this ability, which makes just 0 sense to me. It's a confusing ability. But maybe we stack him with other things that bring shields. Like maybe we stack him with Eloard or Old Mate over here, who I always forget his name. He is Halus. Maybe stacking him with them, and they will bring like the survivability factor that he needs, but also increase to his passive, and that's the kind of thing we can do. But once again, that's something else that I can't test. I'm sorry we don't have any like flashy Brutus OP stuff going on right here, but I'm just trying to theory craft because I don't have the units that I want, but we will test it on Chiasma. But let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm missing some stuff that we could potentially test with him. Obviously, the Mauler teams, I just don't have the Maulers set up. Like nothing's invested. Everything's pretty average in my Mauler scene at the moment. I think grouping up is going to be a nice thing for him for his ultimate. That's going to be handy. His damage doesn't seem insane. His survivability is okay. In that he can last 10 seconds into a battle. But keeping in mind that's him maxed out. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Like I said, I even tried so let's try the the cheap thing, and let's just put him into a sort of, this is not a great enemy to fight this against. So let's bring him with something like this. So if we swap that over and go to a much gentler enemy, who would we want to use this against? That one has a Warwick. This one has a Screg and a Chicken. Well, is the Chicken front? Yeah. So let's screw it. Let's leave it. Let's do this. See if he can get the Gorvo from the back row. That's a curious thing. So let's see if we can punt the Gorvo, or if he jumps too quick. We do. We punt the Gorvo from the back row. Not too bad. As you can see, we've already procced the shield on the Brutus down the front here. Gorvo started rolling. Okay, he's going to group them up, which is not too bad. Maybe we need other things that utilize the group up effect. But we've lost the Ulna and Grizzle now, so we're pretty much boned in that sense. So, like that tech-in option, not good enough in that circumstance. We can try a couple more times. But like, if we put him with Lucretia and we take his gear off, yeah, he's going to work in that sort of thing. But I'm struggling. It really pisses me off, to be honest, because I thought he was going to be sick. And I was sitting here waiting for the reset time, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a sick video. Like we're gonna dominate this stuff. No, not the case. Obviously, this isn't the optimal team because we do have a Screg on the enemy team, which throws a spanner in the works for this stuff, especially when we keep trying to portal him and we can't. But I mean, that was pretty decent deeps. That was some decent deeps. So let's see how the damage fares up in this one. Even if we fail, we can see how the damage fares up. So, not coming close there. Like I said, I tried putting him in the front with the Ulna. Maybe, once again, we have the Screg. So let's swap the team up. Something like this. Okay. What if we do something like this? Ulna to help him survive. We can punt that. She's going to shoot that. I'm going to dump that. Do we bring just like a Nara to counter that? Yes, I'm pretty beefed up with my Nara on this account. Okay. Let's see. Wait, Nara doesn't outpace, does she? Wait. I've got the Ulna there. What am I doing? Let's just bring something that Iron won't kill. What if we do? What have I got on this team? What if we bring a Mauler? Do we try the Chicken? So then everyone's grouped up. Okay, let's try the Chicken. So everyone's grouped up. And then the portal's going to stun like crazy. Except the portal didn't really go where I wanted it to. I mean, if Odin can survive, we could have a chance here. We just need them to group onto... yeah. We needed them to group on the Brutus before Ulna died so that we had a chance. Which, you know, let's face it, it's never going to happen. We got a Thorin. But if we could kill everyone else, that would be pleasing to me. Like, that's a pretty decent group stun. Like, I feel like there's going to be a position. Like, that was a pretty decent punt. Like, we hit their whole team across the board. Let's try just swapping this up out of curiosity. Let's see. Let's see. See you later, chick. Oh, wait. By using the chicken, we're making the Euron hit 2 of them. My bad. My bad. My bad. I suck. I'm sorry, guys. So this is how I wanted it grouped up. Now, hopefully, Ulna can get her passive up again before she gets hit. Unfortunately, we punted the Thorin away. So, like, we're not in the group. But, like, just to gauge some damage, like, it's not great. Can we punt them all? Yes. Thank you. Okay, we're going to miss 2 of them there. I mean... I just don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. And I'm sorry this isn't the greatest video ever made. Because, you know, sometimes you can't just make things happen. But I don't know how I feel because, you know, he's a warrior. So the damage is the thing. Obviously, Odin died early in that one. That's where all the damage came from. His damage doesn't seem overly impactful. And his survivability is okay. I just don't know how I put him into, like, one of my best teams. Is the vibe I'm getting. But let me know what you guys think. I'm talking, but trying to think at the same time. Obviously, this is not the team. The Ulna's a waste in this team, to be fair. But, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm curious. Wait, does the chicken being there, curious, I just want to test this again. Does the chicken being there make him actually punt the Euron? Like, is Euron in range of the punt when the chicken drags him in? No, he's not. Do you know how cool it would be if the chicken actually dragged that Euron in range of the punt? Like, I feel like in this case, Euron should be getting punted. Look how far forward Euron is. He's like right, like the swipe actually hits the Euron. How is he not getting punted? That would be cool. That would actually be a really sick synergy if you could actually punt 2 of them at the start by using chicken. Unfortunately, it's not the case, but I feel like it should. So, you know, let's rage, essentially. But, you know, that's the Brutus for now. Apologies once again. I couldn't get, you know, some amazingness stuff going, but we'll test again on Kiasma. Maybe I just summon a single copy and see if I get him to counter certain things. But, like, if I can't get this guy working how I want him, I don't think a single copy is going to work. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'll shut up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.